Welcome back, everyone. I want to talk about today is about the progression of the gig economy. A lot of people like to talk about adapt. Yeah, but what are you adapting to? Is it a negative thing or a positive thing? Nobody mentions that. Nobody gives an explanation to that. But they only use the word adapt. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? And give us a little bit more details. Why that is. Just besides saying, oh, just adapt. So when people were using one app, they didn't have to adapt to anything. They were doing good with it. And they didn't have to overly use their phone processor and memory and all that. You didn't need a big process information with a lot of gigabytes in memory to run a phone if you're only running one app. But then we find out through the years you have to multi-app. People started using 3 apps. It then went up to 5 apps, then 7 apps, 8 apps, 10 apps. So if we take that in the future, the way it's progressing, you're going to need what, 50 apps? 50. You're going to need 50 apps to go out there and work in the gig economy. So what kind of phone do you have to have? A 2 or 3 terabyte of a processor and another 2, 3 terabytes of memory? So you can run all these apps so you can make something in the gig economy? Where's the positive and the negative out of this? Oh, it's just the way it is now. Yes, it is just the way it is now. Is it a positive or a negative thing? And why are they multi-upping in the first place? Customers will stop tipping. So the problem lies with the customers and the economy. They're placing a lot of offers out there with a no tip and low tip. So you're going to have to run 10 apps with your chance to get the better offers. Because the more apps that you're running, the more chances, really. But if that pattern is equal to every single app, what makes you think that that's going to be the case? If your market, everybody's in the same status quo, what difference is if you have 2 apps or 10 apps running? If that's the behavior in your market for the time being. And we know that the companies, they try to use this for their purposes, that the customer is always going to be ignorant. The customers never realize what's going on. And we know they don't want to be transparent because that's going to kill their business. And everybody wants to stay the same pretty much. There is no one gig economy company that says that I'm going to put my foot down today and I want to stand out from the rest. Oh, God forbid a company does that in a gig economy. God forbid. But everybody wants to be the same. Everybody's copying each other. They all want to have the same matrix and the same features and the same designs and the same events, the same promotions, the same this, the same that. Nobody wants to stand out and be on their own and be better than the rest. And that's where the problem lies right there. So with all that said, the whole thing with adapting, and that's how it is, nobody's telling you if it's a negative or a positive thing. And people want to know that. People want to understand what are the positives and what are the negatives out of this whole situation in the gig economy. And if this is how it's progressing now, can you imagine 5 years from now what the gig economy is going to look like? You want to talk about hell in a handbasket and confusion and bizarre ways and behaviors we're going to have to deal with the gig economy in the future. Never mind how it is now. So, we'll leave it up to you guys. Because at the end of the line, the truth is, if a lot of the customers out there were in a better economic state and they were tipping, you can still get by with 1 or 2 apps, even today. That should ring a bell why you're using 10 apps. That just gives it away right there. There's so many tons of shitty offers, that's why you're using 10 apps. If it wasn't, you could do all right, okay, with 2 apps, or even 3 apps. There'll be no need to running 10 apps. And somebody out there likes to say, well, if the economy is going to shit, if we have an economic crisis, why is it people are filling up the grocery stores and the supermarkets? Because when you go to the supermarket, they have sales, buy one, get one free. When you go to the restaurant, they don't have buy one, get one. You're paying double the price for a sandwich. Go to Jersey Mike's and get a full sandwich, it's like 20 bucks. With $20, you go to the supermarket and make 4 or 5 sandwiches out of that $20. Or if you just wanted to make this the same exact sandwich, it's going to cost you half the price. That's why the supermarkets are getting overflown. But people cannot figure that out. Plus, you could buy more stuff at a supermarket than going to a restaurant. The restaurant doesn't sell everything. You can get more than just food from the supermarket. And now that they're taking advantage of the situation and they're throwing tons of sales, and obviously we know it's going to be cheaper than going to a restaurant and ordering through DoorDash. So you're paying premium prices for the restaurant, and you got to pay the fees for the delivery service. And people are wondering why people are running to the grocery stores and the supermarkets? Like, it takes rocket science to figure that out? Because for the same money you're going to use to eat for a day at a restaurant, go to the supermarket with the same money and you can eat for 3 days. It's called saving. Spending less, getting more. Those are the only options you have right now. Unless you're yourself a farmer and know how to make your own food. Other than that, where are you going to go? You're going to go to the supermarket? That's the cheapest place you can go. Or if you have a farmer's market in your area, you can go to that as well. Enough said. But you let me know, is the progress the way it's heading to the future with the gig economy? Is it a positive way that they're going about it or a negative way? Let me know in the comments and I'll catch you guys later. And we're going to see the responses and from other channels as well. Catch you guys later.